chat activity right now. Y'all are proving me right now. This is the call you guys actually need more than the last call that I did last week. So far, y'all are proving me right by the fact that most people are not actually going to sit and listen to something psychologically related to something that they actually need for a breakthrough in the charts. So let's see some chat activity, some viewers go up. I'll start. Alright, finally, we got some chat activity. Let me move my mic closer. We finally got some chat activity, so let me turn off the music real quick. I'm not even gonna lie, I was not gonna start today's call until we saw any chat activity. Because so far, y'all are proving me right that this is not something a lot of people care about. I don't see a lot of people on here. I don't see a lot of chat activity yet. But to be honest, this is a call that you need more than the last one. Anyone can learn how to read candlesticks. Anyone can learn how to do a strategy, but that's not going to get you paid, right? In trading, you get paid based on the quality of the decisions you make. You get paid on your executions. You get paid on how you view the markets. The more retail your mind is, well, the more retail your results are going to be. That's just the cold reality of trading. Your strategy doesn't matter. It doesn't. I know we like to clown on support and resistance sometimes or trend lines, but at the end of the day, every strategy has to work at least somewhat for people to even want to be doing it. The thing is, your strategy doesn't matter. Like I already said, your strategy doesn't matter at all. You can trade however you want, but if your decision making is terrible, if you have no pre-trade routine, your life's in shambles in general, well then your results are going to reflect that. And today I really want to break down a lot of decision-driven trading psychology, because I think a lot of people, again, they're wanting to tune in to me break down the markets, which I've done all of last year for y'all, and I've already done beginning of the year for y'all, just breaking down my brain, but y'all haven't really seen me break down something psychological, and I've always been wanting to do this call. It kind of felt right to do it because I've seen a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people in the community just seem, I wouldn't say lost, but like they're lacking in the vision to think long term. They're lacking in the vision to think bigger than how the week P&L is looking or how the month P&L is looking, because in actuality, there are traders that do literally like a 1-to-1, have an 80% win rate, and they'll probably make more money than you because their quality of the decisions of the trades they take are just way better than yours. And that's the cold truth, right? Like, it doesn't matter if you have some crazy win rate, or win rate does matter, but it doesn't matter if you have some crazy R to R or blah, blah, blah. If you have no pre-trade routine and no post-trade routine, you are going to be terrible at trading, and that's just a fact. So let's break down kind of all of this. So it's going to be a lot of it's going to also be presentation. I have a presentation for all of this, but I'm also going to go down the charts and then kind of break down how you can incorporate each of the points that I'm making, because honestly, this is what's been helping me stay consistent. You guys have seen my withdrawals, seen the days I smack. I don't have anything to prove to y'all, right? I just don't. And this is really what I've been doing every single day, to just really keep my mind sharpened, to make sure that I'm not focused on trying to go for a big move. I'm not focused on like, oh, I need to have a crazy big week. I need to have this or that. It just doesn't matter, bro. At the end of the day, you got to think like a professional. And if you're not going to think like a professional, you're not going to become a professional. And that's just the cold truth, man. Your strategy, it's not going to pay you. It won't. Your strategy helps you, for sure. I do think there are strategies that are better than others, but at the end of the day, your strategy doesn't get you paid. Your decisions do. Most traders, what do? They're gonna try to protect their ego. A lot of traders have crazy egos, by the way, all over social media. I think having an ego is the number one thing that ruins traders that I've seen, and is the number one thing that I've seen most prevalent in traders. People have a lot of ego. I don't understand it. I don't. Just because you make money on your phone and you're not clocking in, it doesn't make you better than other people. You just have access to information that most people don't have, and you're actually able to implement in your life and be able to use and be able to help others and, you know, be able to free your own self from your 9 to 5 or whatever you're struggling with. A lot of people have ego. It's kind of insane. Like, your ego does not define how good of a trader you are. You guys know, like, Zachary and Valentino, they got no ego, and they're making more than 99% of these other traders you see on Instagram. Why? Because they're not flexing these P&Ls all day. They're not. They're living their life, living below their means, and they're racking it up. That's how I'd rather live. Profitable traders, they train decision-making under stress. Meaning, decision-making under stress. You want to be live market trading. Stop trying to backtest all the time. I'm not saying don't backtest, but definitely stop trying to live in like a demo mentality. Like, actually view your funded accounts like it's your live account. View these accounts like you actually do need to actually sink or swim. That's how trading works. You want to perform under stress. You want to perform at the highest abilities. Hold yourself to a higher a standard. A lot of people don't hold themselves to higher standards. They're like, I'm gonna make like $30. I'm gonna make a sandwich and I'm chilling. I'm in this industry to really just retire in my 20s to 30s. I think that should be everybody's goal, right? Like, you want to train under stress. You don't get better from not being stressed. And I'm not saying stress yourself out, but I'm saying, like, actually perform, lock in like it's a professional sport. Because trading is a professional career, and I hate when people treat this like it's just a hobby or a skill set. Like, there's performative traders. Like, people who trade just for fun or think it's like, oh, well, it's trendy, so I'm going to do it too. Bro, I ain't in it for a trend. I'm in it to make bank, bro. That's how the game goes. And you got to train your mind to be able to make bank. Tonight is about behavior, not about charts, like I said. Objective. I want to help y'all build a repeatable decision framework you can use literally starting tomorrow, because tomorrow's Thursday. You have 2 trading days of the week left, and I want everyone to start implementing this for the last 2 days of the week, and then you can kind of do some feedback, review over the weekend, see how it goes, operate from there. So this is why most traders fail. Most traders fail because it's not that they lack knowledge. If you're in Powerhouse, you have all the knowledge you can need. If you're in Zenrai, you have all the knowledge that you could ever need. I'm dead flat out serious. There's not much more that you need to learn. It's really not. You don't need to learn every strategy. You don't need to learn every piece of terminology. You're just lack discipline. You're just undisciplined. You have no discipline. And if you don't have discipline, you're not going to make money. Like, you're going to be greedy. You're going to be fearful. You're going to be indecisive. You're going to be hesitant. You're going to be in your head. You're going to rage after losses. Like, I've seen people in videos, like, actually crashing out over a loss. Like, bro, that is terrible trading. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Let me help y'all. Overconfidence after wins leads to rule breaking. Stop having an ego, bro. If you win a couple trades, it doesn't matter. Forget that you... Even today, forget that you won or lost. Approach tomorrow with a fresh mentality of, okay, cool. I'm going to write off more trades that I'm going to take. Meaning, I'm going to X out more opportunities and focus on the opportunities that are A+ and the ones that make sense and I know I can actually secure money with on the table. That's your goal as a trader. If you are a funded trader, that is your goal every single day, pretty much. If you do trade daily. Obviously, you don't have to, but if you are, that's your goal. Fear after losses leads to revenge. Again, just because you lost, bro, take the red day. I had a red day the other day. Do I like red days? No, I'm not a fan of red days because obviously it's like, damn, I lost for the day. Like, I could have made better decision making, but the thing that I'm proud of is that I wasn't one of those people, or I'm not one of those people that just spam positions 4 or 5 times, try to get it all back, or I have something called a 2-hit rule. So if I lose 2 in one day, I'm done. I power off my computer, set my lockout. I don't care about making it back, bro. I gotta step away. Because what happens when I keep going? I blow an account, I blow an account, blow an account. And then it leads to this funnel of just crashing your bank account, trying to pay for fundage, trying to recover your live account. It's just not worth it, bro. Emotional attachment to money clouds judgment, meaning like you're just so fixated on, oh my god, it's a $1,000 P&L. let me make $1,000 real quick. That's not your goal. Your goal is not to have just $1,000 on your mind and you're craving it and you're trying to look for any opportunity to just get $1,000. That's not your goal. Your goal is to make a highly educated and predictable or reactable move that you're in and it follows your rules. If it's not following your rules, don't take it, bro. Markets, they're going to punish your poor behavior. Everyone in the chat can agree. When you trade like an idiot, you're going to get paid like an idiot, bro. You're going to get humbled. You're going to get spanked by the market. The market will literally spank you, bro. Like, you're not going to have a good day. You're not going to have a good week. You're not going to have a good month. If you're going to keep having poor behaviors and keep not having your confluences in your trading, like, it's really going to be a direct reflection of you. Trading is a mirror. It's a mirror of your lifestyle. It's a mirror of what you do every day. It's a mirror how you view yourself and how you emotionally react to things. The markets aren't out to get you, bro. They don't care about you. It's a fact. They don't care about you. They don't care about you, bro. Cool. You're up $500. You think those billionaires see your money and they're like, oh, $500, snag? They don't care about you, bro. They're getting their billions. They're moving the market. They don't care about you, right? At the end of the day, it's, bro, you're going against a big force in the markets, right? There's big money. Bro, just focus on what you can control and stop focusing on what you can't. Now, this is what I kind of briefly was about to segue into. Master your life before the charts. Meaning, like, if your life outside of the charts is, ass, your trading is going to be ass. There's no other way I can say it, bro. If you're miserable, your trading is going to be miserable. Because based on the quality of your decisions that you already do in life, that bleeds into your trading, bro. Think about it. You clock in, right? Say you had a terrible morning. You go to clock in at your job. Are you going to perform? Are you going to perform the same way that you did the other week when you had a good morning? No. You're going to perform terribly at your job. You're going to be low energy, not motivated, not wanting to do anything. Bro, you're not going to be able to perform on the charts. If your life is garbage outside of the charts, your trading's going to be garbage. Please, tap into sleep, bro. I hate when people are like, I grind. We all do, bro. Well, not everyone grinds. There's a lot of lazy people. But everyone should be grinding, right? But your grind isn't 24/7, 25/8. I'm locked in, bro. No. Your body needs something called recovery. Your brain needs sleep. And if your brain doesn't have any sleep, your brain's not even going to be thinking correctly, right? Please start prioritizing sleep. Get rid of stress. Whatever chaos is going around in your environment, say like you got like a chaotic family. Bro, if you need to go on your phone and step outside and then go trade outside or something, go do it. Go to Starbucks and start trading. Go do something that's going to be productive for yourself. Right? Like, we're not robots, bro. We're not built to do 25 hours of work. We're not. Why do you think they designed a 9 to 5? You do 8 hours of work, and you have the other 16 to do whatever you want. You sleep 8 hours, and then the other 8 hours you get to make up the quality of your decisions in those 8 hours, right? Everything is structured. So structure your trading. If your life sucks, your trading sucks. That's how it works. Practical actions that you guys can do is, sleep routine. Meaning, like, for me, I have a very specific time I sleep, and I don't ever try to ruin it. Like, usually the most variance in time I have, if I have, like, something I'm doing, is, like, 15 to 30 minutes. And I hate when I have variance in that. I try to always sleep when I can. I wake up the same time every day. Every day. Even if I don't want to get out of bed, I'll literally roll off, do a somersault off my bed. Probably, like, break my ribs or something laying on the ground. But, like, bro, I'll still crawl to my desk to start tapping some buttons, bro, once I see the plays. Like, I gotta be dialed, man. If you're not dialed and you're not trying to be a pro, you're not going to be a pro, man. Detaching for outcomes. This is the hardest one on this list, I think, for most people, is detaching from the money. And money isn't who you are as a trader. Does it show that you're good at trading? Yes. Numbers don't lie. That's really how the game goes in trading, bro. A lot of people could say, I'm good at trading. This female trader could say, I'm good at trading. This male trader could say that they're good at trading, but bro, if you have no payouts, you got nothing to show for, you're not good, right? Like, you're actually not good, because trading is based off of your own performance. Do you have withdrawals? Are you scaling accounts? Are you multiplying those live accounts? Bro, that is part of your identity, but that's not what you're focused on when you're trading, right? Because when you increase your skill, the money follows anyways. If you have no skill, no money comes. That's how it works. But if you are a very skilled, very disciplined trader, bro, you're going to be just raking money in. You're just going to have all the money just flowing in, and you're chilling. Why? Because you're disciplined and you don't let the money control you. Money's a byproduct of your decisions. It's a byproduct of your choices. Stop being like, oh, I gotta finish the week with 5K P&L, so I'm gonna go for 1,000 every day and then force 1,000 even if I lost the first time. Yeah, no, that's how you're blowing an account, bro. It's not a good look. It's kind of embarrassing when you do that, because all you're doing is shooting yourself in the foot. You're blowing your bank account. Your parents are probably like, bro, this guy's a Nimrod. It's a scam. Until then, you actually lock in. You make more money than them probably, and then they're like, oh shoot, maybe it wasn't a scam. Maybe I should have learned it too. And then you can start putting other people on. See, I just put y'all on game real quick. Attaching self-worth to P&L creates emotional trading, like I said. Mindset shift. Losses are data. You don't actually lose in trading unless you break your rules. There's going to be days, bro, where price action is poop. Straight dog poop. Like, it looks disgusting. It's going to happen, bro. Not every day is clean. It's not. Not every day is clean. That's just how it's going to go. It's part of the game, man. Losses are data. Wins, that's your validation that you executed right. If you followed your rules. If you win and you weren't following your rules, you got lucky. That's what I like to say. Because you got bailed out by the market doing more than you would have expected because you weren't following your confluences. Please follow your rules. It's not that hard. Just be disciplined, please. Accepting uncertainty. Again, you're not a 100% trader. You're not going to have a great month every month, and you're not going to have a great quarter every quarter. That's part of the game. But you can minimize your losses, and you can maximize your wins if you're disciplined. You can't control outcomes. You can only control how much you're putting on the table. How much are you risking? How much money are you putting in your trades, and how much are you targeting? That's all you can control. You can't control if it goes there every single time, and you can't control if you win every single time. Just focus on a consistent risk where it's not like you're making four bands one day, and then you lose 6, and then you make $800 the next day, and then you lose $1,000. Like, bro, if you're just spamming contracts, or you have some insanely up down days, you're not following any rules. You're more just gambling, right? I'd rather look at a P&L and it says like $900, lost $450. Let's say you go for 1 to 2, $900, lost $450, $900, lost $450, $900. Like, I'd rather look at that and I would be, say that my chart was over here, I'd be so much more proud to look at that than to look at like, I made 4 racks, blew 6, made 800, lost 3. That's not, I'm not proud of that. That's not elite trading. That's noob trading. Respectfully. Trader's mindset. This is some points. Stop trying to be right. Please. You're not going to be right most of the time. Like, you're not going to be right every single time. Just accept that. It's not about if you're right. You're taking what the market gives you and you're running with it. That's how you actually trade, by the way. You're not coming into the day and trying to predict every single move. That's not your job. Your job's actually to show up, see that whatever your play is that you're looking for is playing out. It's your job to execute upon that. That's actually your only job. It's not as crazy as you think. Manage your risk, and consistency comes from rule following, not prediction. Don't expect to trade. I'm not saying don't be a trader. Don't be dumb. I'm saying don't expect to trade, meaning like, I actually go into the mentality of New York where I'm not expecting to even take a trade. Why do I do this? Because if I'm coming into the next day expecting like, okay, cool, I'm going to take a trade. Let me repeat, I'm going to take a trade. When you think of that psychologically, what do you think? I'm going to take a trade, meaning I want to make money. I want to secure a bag. I want to go make money. Okay, well, if you're focused on wanting to go make money, your decisions are now going to be a lot worse. Yes or yes. Your decisions are going to be a lot worse. Go into the trading session expecting to write off as many trades as you can and only taking the one that is a 5-star. In every session is not an opportunity. This is why I say only trade one session. You're not going to trade New York, Asian, and then London sometimes. Please, choose one, bro. Like, y'all see, I don't ever post any Asian or London trades ever. And I used to. But then again, my trading was very variable based because I would try to trade Asian when the price action is different than New York. Right? They don't line up. Choose a session. Choose one. Forcing trades is just ego. Bro, you have an ego. A lot of us have egos. I have egos sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's gotta hit. No. Just because you see the pattern or whatever type of trading you have, the market doesn't need to do it. Volatility changes, liquidity changes, patterns change in the markets, by the way. Your one edge is not going to work forever, bro. There's going to be times and seasons where that edge might be worse than the others. But then again, you have to adapt. That's your goal as a trader. Go adapt. That's your goal. Rules. Trade only when conditions meet your plan. No boredom trades. Meaning like, oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm going to take a quick dopamine dump. Click buy. No. I used to do that. You never get paid from that. You probably lose 90% more of the time than you do that. Don't do that because you're bored. If you have the ability to set a lockout, always set it at the same time. By the way, I set my lockout every single time the exact same time. Whether I have a red day or a green day, I'm setting it every single time. So I come in after the wake up. I go to I go to sleep. I wake up, do a little morning thing, and then I sit down at my desk and I'm like, all right, cool. Let's get the mind situated. Boom, my lockout's done. Now I'm gonna be free to analyze. Be free to make decisions. Stop trying to look at the charts all day. Trading doesn't pay you because you try to do more. You're actually probably gonna make less. That's the sad truth. You're not sitting down at your desk all day studying for 12 hours. That's not gonna help you be a better trader. It's just not, bro. Trading's not one of the skill sets where the more time you put in, just naturally the better you're gonna be. You might think it is, but it's really not. You want to maximize your time correctly, learn the right things correctly, and then you lock in, and then you dial in, and then you do the right things. And this is a quote I always tell myself: professionals weights, amateurs force. Because I used to be a straight bot. I'd be trying to force everything, and it's just not really worth, Psychology of money. Money is going to amplify your emotions, which is natural. We're humans. We have emotions. By the way, your goal is not to be a robot and think that you have no emotions. Just try to suppress them as much as you can. But obviously, they're always going to be there. If you feel that you're going to be emotional or you feel emotions start to arise up, get away from the charts. I'm telling you, you're going to save yourself money and you're going to save yourself a lot of trades. If you start to feel yourself like, yo, this is going really good, or, oh, shoot, this is going really bad, turn your computer off, go outside, go do something else. Please. You're not going to make... When you're emotional, we all know when you're emotional, you're not making educated decisions. We all know that. Why put money at risk? Why? Well, what's the point? We don't get anything out of that. Needing money causes desperation trades. Again, don't trade on your last dollar. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. It's not going to help you. Reframe your mind. Money is a tool, not validation. So money is the byproduct of your skill, like I've said. Losses are business expenses. Trading's a business. As a trader, you're a business person technically, right? Think of your losses as an expense that you have to get back eventually. Not now. Don't force it. It'll come back eventually. And profits are a byproduct of discipline. Red Day Protocol. I know a lot of y'all need this one. I was thinking, I'm like, what is something that most people need? What to do on a red day? And then the one after is even better because these two tie in so perfectly. What do you do on a red day? A lot of people don't have a game plan. Type in the chat if you actually have a game plan for what you do if you're having a red day. Does anyone have one? Or do you just react based off emotion and then you just try to make a decision in the heat of the moment? Do you actually have like a written out game plan that you're doing? Like, do you have an actual protocol? I want to know. Does anyone have an actual protocol? Because I know most people do not have a protocol. They don't have a strict guideline that they follow if they are losing. Right? think about it. If you're a business professional, you're a CEO of a company. What do CEOs do? What are they really good at? They're really good at knowing what's going to go wrong, right? Like, what could be bad? What could go wrong? And it's not from a pessimistic, mindset. It's okay, cool. I have something special here. How can I maintain and cultivate what I have? Something that's super valuable. How can I keep it? How can I grow it? Right? You have to have a red day protocol. Red days determine long-term survival. And this is my step-by-step protocol. It's define a max daily loss. I always have the same daily loss, like no matter what session I'm in. Right? Like not session, whatever day I'm doing. I always have the same loss. It's always 2 trades, always at a certain P&L number. I hit it, cool. I'm outie 500. Sorry, I got a dip. Right? After first solid loss, you go defensive mode. So if you have the rule of two losses in a day, like 2 trades in a day, if you lose the first one, now you have to really make an A+ decision. You really have to be calm, patient, because if you go double down, it does suck, but you can always bounce back from it. But if you're not new, if you're newer to the the 2-day rule, you're going to be miserable if you don't know the defense mode. So start building a defense mechanism in your brain to start protecting your capital and not just clicking contracts, dragging the stop loss, clicking contract, clicking. I've seen it on some people's performance charts, and I'm like, dude, come on, dial it in, bro. Never trade to get it back. Just because you lose, bro, doesn't mean, okay, I got to finish with a green day. I hope you know that most professional traders have many green days. They just know how to make way more or have a way bigger winning streak than a losing streak. That's the difference between you and them. Journal. Always journal. Every trade. Journal your emotions. Again, Mike Nav always has the best journal. I always say Mike's the GOAT when it comes to journals. Mike has the best journal. Use Mike's journal. Implement it. Start putting your emotions in there. Protecting capital is a skill. It's not a weakness. Losing first trade of the day. This is the most dangerous moment for most people, and like I said, this was going to be the best slide because this is what I'd say about 85 to 95% of traders are going to do. They're going to have an emotional reaction. They're going to force the next trade. They're going to size increase, and then they're going to break their rules, blow their account. That is the exact layout. You can't tell me that it's not. That's the exact roller coaster you're gonna do. You're gonna be like, oh dang, dude, I lost. You're gonna look at a move that's way lower probability, then you're gonna force it. And then what are you gonna do? Well, I'm already down on the day, and I don't want to break even because I'm just a noob. I don't have the mentality of like a long-term aspect yet. I just want to see green on my day. So let's size increase so we can make more money so we can finish green. And then guess what? Since you're already making a forced trading decision, which is going to be lower probability, you're probably going to blow more money on that size increase, probably break a rule somewhere in there eventually, and then your account's gone. That's the incorrect protocol. The correct protocol is a 2-minute reset. Stand up, breathe, splash water in your face, go grab water, go do something, right? Reread your rules. Next trade is a smaller size or the exact size, but it has to be an A+ setup. It has to be every confirmation's checked, because if it's not, you can't take it. But guess what? Even if you lose that, now this is a trade you can't be mad at because it did fit your plan, right? It did fit all your rules. This wasn't really an emotional trade. It was just more of the market not doing what you were expecting it to do, or it just didn't go as far as you would have wanted. You can't really get mad at setups like that. And if you do, then you're just mad at the game for some reason. Like you're just mad at the markets at that point, and that doesn't really make sense because you can't control them anyways. You got to be mad at yourself if you're not following your rules and you're not taking trades that don't go according to your plan. You gotta get to a pain point where you're like, okay, I need to switch what I'm doing. It's not working. I need to be very consistent. I need to be disciplined. I need to use my brain. That is the mind state and frame that you want to focus on every day. Winning streak rules. This is actually more dangerous than having a losing streak. And I say this because, say you're getting a lot of big payouts back to back to back to back, or big trades back to back to back to back. You're going to feel untouchable, bro. You're going to be like, I'm that guy. What are you going to do? You're going to increase your risk. Start scaling up the risk ladder a little bit. Maybe start trying to go for 1 to 20s. Try to go for 1 to 40s. Some unrealistic stuff. And then you give it all back anyways. You give it back or you blow your account. That hurts more than anything. Losing off of a winning streak hurts so much more than just consistently losing. I'm telling you. I'm someone who had a winning streak, and I gave it all back to the market, P&L wise. I've done that before, and I'm like, damn, that sucks. But now I gotta reframe my mind to thinking, all right, cool, I can't do that again. Right? The best traders, and something I can always give myself my own flowers for, is that I may have failed quickly, but I bounce back faster than most, and that's because I really see this as a profession, and I'm dialed. Like, if you can't feel the passion that I'm speaking on this call, then maybe I'm not a good actor. Or I'm not an actor in general. I'm not acting, but maybe I need to increase some skills with that, because I'm really trying to give the best sauce that I always can. Scaling size because you feel hot, you're not doing that. Rules that you want to have: no size increase the same day, or in general, but I say same day just so you don't be an idiot and give back the same day. Protect gains after 2 wins. Say you took 2 trades in a day, you hit both, you got to lock out. Or even if you hit a winning trade for the day, you're still going to lock out. Secure your winning day, bro. Secure your bag. Trade less, not more. Junior, always beat this over my head. Yo, you don't need so many trades. You just need better quality trades. You just need better quality trades. You just don't need to trade as much. Because guess what? The more you're clicking that button, the longer that you're staying in those trades, you have way more variance, and your win rate and everything that follows is also varied. Just take what you need to get, take the move that you need, and just be done with it. Just accept it. Like, I see people, even in the group or just in general, they'll poop on 1-to-1 traders, and I'm like, bro, the thing that is that their win rate is like 70 to 90%. And they're only focused on high probability trades. And guess what? They have little to no variance in any of their trades because it's only a 1-to-1. They're barely in the markets for a reason, because they understand the longer that they're in those moves, the longer that they're trying to force the setup to keep going, the lower the variables of their trades are. And they're actually just trying to get in, get their bag, and get out for the day. And I'm understanding that mentality. I'm applying it more. You guys have seen my trades be like less and less distance. It's not like a 1-to-20. It's like 1-to-4 to like, it's usually like 1-to-2, 1-to-4, 1-to-1 sometimes. I'll even take a 1-to-1 sometimes, bro. Because I understand that the longer that I'm trying to make the move happen, the less probable it is. Just take your bag, bro. Get out for the day. That's your goal. Losing streak rules. This one's kind of simple. I don't need to go too much into it. But this is where your accounts are going to get blown. You're going to blow accounts on losing streaks, and they're inevitable. It's going to happen. It's part of the game, bro. Tie it to the game, you know? Like, give it to the game. It's going to happen, bro. But your common reaction is going to be overtrading, revenge sizing, emotional decision-making. You don't need to do that. Your correct response should be reducing size immediately, fewer trades, only A+, take breaks or stop. Now, this one's really good. I like this one a lot because I think a lot of people could utilize this. You want to have a mind reprogramming routine. Meaning, like, how can I stop thinking like a noob and out of fear and out of desperation? And how can I start thinking like what the pros do? And actually trading with actual real confidence, not ego. And showing up every day knowing that I'm trying to put my best foot forward. And even if I lose, I'm okay with it. It's a lesson I can learn and I can push forward to the next day. What I do, I'll do like I don't do affirmations personally. I put that because I know some people do, but I do like a Bible study or like a prayer. I'll pray before I get on the charts, like, you know, like just help me to think coherently, not deviate from my plan, not do anything dumb, just be locked in, and have the emotional regulation of if I do lose, then cool, I'm okay with it because I knew that I'd still try to put my A+ setup to the test. Sometimes it's not going to work, bro, and that's just the game. You got to be accepting of that. Breath control before entries. like deep breath in, deep breath out. You're not gonna go like, I need to get in. Like bro, like please don't touch that mouse or that button or whatever it is that you're doing your trades on. Don't even touch it if that's how your like emotional regulation's already happening. Post session review, I can guarantee you less than 10% of Powerhouse does this, and I think 100% of Powerhouse should do this. Review the exact session that you just had. Review the exact trade that you just had. Right? Review the behavior, not what you made. Review your behavior. Please. And I'm saying that I know that little to no people do it is because you'll start seeing people make consistent mistakes where it's like they'll even type like I should have learned from that already, and it's like, well, if you actually reviewed and you really did keep track of the numbers and you really did keep track of what you did well in and what you weren't doing well in, then you would start making those decisions better and a lot quicker. Right? And repeat daily. I trade the process, not the outcome. We only have a couple more here. Then I'm going to do obviously a Q&A. And then do kind of a couple examples on the charts, and then we're going to call it. Decision-driven trading checklist. Losses, are you just... I said break, but I mean like break indefinitely for the day until you come back tomorrow. Like that you're just done. Like you set your lockout, you physically stand up and you walk out and you go do something else. You stop looking at the charts. You go do something else so your mind stops racing on it, and then you come back later in the evening or at night and you review it, and you actually start thinking in a clear head. You're like, yo, the move was there. I just didn't see it. Right? You got to start thinking with a clearer head. Sorry, that might have been loud. After a win or two, protect mode. Protect your capital. Get out. Post session. Journal everything. Everything that you were doing. Bro, some days I'll be so dialed. I'll be like, dude, I took a chug of water mid-trade. Like, I'll do something so dumb, and I'll type something so dumb inside of it. But, like, bro... I'm a detail-oriented person in general, so like I just want to have like all my thoughts just laid somewhere, so I just know really what I was thinking and going through at that time, you know. Review, rule adherence, final truth. Your strategy is not gonna pay you. Your discipline will. Strategies or tools. Psychology is actually your edge, by the way. Your trading, your trader's edge is actually your psychology paired with your strategy. That is consistent, and you're only looking at 5-star setups. That is actually your edge. Your edge isn't to just get into your SMC or your J7 trade just because you saw something, and then you don't even care about your psychology. Your psychology is 70 to 80% of your trading, by the way. That is majority of your trading. Your strategy doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't. Most of what you're gonna get in trading that you need to work on is actually just up here. Like, why do you think Kobe was such an elite athlete, bro? Kobe had such a different mentality than most NBA players, bro. Like, if you have that type of mentality that where it's like you're just dialed, you're one with yourself, you're gonna be trading a lot better, bro. I'm telling you, you will. I've seen it first-handedly within myself. I used to just think like a moron, dude. Like, it would be illogical 90% of the time when I was on the charts. But when I started training this, I started thinking like, all right, cool. We gotta get this, we gotta get this brain situated, bro. We gotta start thinking better. Even if I have red days, I'm not mad anymore. Even if I have red days, I'm not like spamming minis or micros to get back in and try to get the winning day, bro. I accept it. I take it on the chin. It's part of the game. Accept it. It's part of the game, bro. And final reminder, trade like a professional, not like someone chasing relief. Reflection. Please screenshot this. This is exactly actually what I follow. What did you do right? What I did right for the day, what I did wrong, were my confluence there? Like, for the trade that I took, was the confluence there for me to take it? Would I take the same trade again? Like, post... I was about to say, like... No, I'm not going to say it. It was about to be bad. But I was going to say, like... I was going to say post-nut clarity, but... It was going to be, like, post-trade clarity. Yo, am I thinking with my brain right? Because it's not too different, bro. Like, your emotions are going to be, going crazy in the charts sometimes, man. You got to have that post-trade clarity, bro. Did I follow my bias? Okay, so was your bias bullish? Was your bias bearish for the day? Did you follow, say you see the trades going up? You see the market is consistently printing higher highs, higher lows. Did you take the bullish trade, the bullish continuation that you said you would? Did you follow your bias? Did you follow your entry and exit model? By the way, you need one for both. You don't only have an entry model, you need to have your exit model as well. Liquidity or key level present, were they there for the day? And was your risk protected? Did you not just give up thousands of dollars for the day? Did you actually have a good day and you were dialed? Now, Q&A reflection. This is some important questions you could ask yourself. Did I follow my rules? Did I manage my risk? Did emotions influence my decisions? And would I repeat today's behavior tomorrow? Your end goal every single day and at the end of your trading career is, did I build trust in my process and not inside of my emotions? That is the presentation. Will we have access to these slides? I mean, it'll be on the recording. I could always drop the slides if you guys want. I gotta make it so you guys can't edit it because I don't want anyone just like being brain dead and editing all the slides away. But like for a good example, I'll just give like a buy and sell example of how you could tie everything together. Just tap into my mind real quick. Let me tap y'all into my mind real quick. Let's get Nas to load here. Cool. Today, perfect example. Perfect example. Today's actually a phenomenal example. I don't have it marked out on here, but I can, I could redo the trade that I took for today. Let's tie in psychology. Let's just say I did my pre-session routine, right? Let's say I did my pre-session routine. Say I look at the charts at 7 a.m., right? Because for Arizona time, by the way, it opens at 7:30. So I'm going based off of my time. Say for the day, I'm looking for my bias, right? This is my psychology. This is my brain working. What is the obvious bias? The obvious bias is bullish. Price has been bullish for a while. Since pretty much the 5th, market is still more in a bullish direction. Even on lower time frames like the 15-minute, we've been bullish, right? We've been bullish for a while. I don't know why the days are bugged. Why are my days like that? It says like the 6th. Why does it say the 6th? I don't know why my days are saying that on this one. Yeah, I don't know. I think my days are bugged on the replay. No, this was the... Yeah, this is bugged. I don't know why. Hold on. There we go. I don't know why it was bugged. Can I fix it now? Please? I think I was all the way back on the 6th. Maybe back over there. Yeah, I was. I wasn't trying to go back to the 6th. That's why my brain was messed up. Let's go back to this day. So, today, what is your bias? Say I woke up at 7 a.m. I obviously don't wake up at 7 a.m., but let's just say I look at the charts at 7 a.m. Right? What is our bias for the day? Same bias. Market is bullish. It's been printing bullish since yesterday. Market's clearly in what? An uptrend. No matter what time frame I'm looking on, price is obviously creating what? A higher high, higher low, higher high. Cool. My bias is bullish. So my narrative that I'm pushing for the day in my brain is, okay, cool. I want to take a continuation of a buy. I don't want to take a sell. Right? Let's follow the trend. Let's go with something that's more probable. Right? Let's go back a little bit so I can go directly at 7 a.m. Let's go. There you go. 7 a.m. Bro, fuck off, man. I'm trying to go exactly to 7 a.m. There we go. 7 a.m. I'm looking for what? My brain, I look for fair value gaps. I look for key levels. This is how my brain works. So I see that we have a fair value gap here on the 1 hour. Price at this open disrespected this bullish fair value gap. So we're going to have bullish for the day. So for my brain, I want to look for key levels. Either a trap candle. We have a trap candle here. Or a fair value gap. I usually like a fair value gap more. You can see price trades. Let me turn down this real quick. Price trades into this fair value gap. Now, obviously, it moved very quickly. But after price would have traded in this fair value gap, all right, cool. One of my confirmations was hit. My key level and my bias were correct for the day, right? Let's go back. My bias, my liquidity, and my key levels were present. Boom. 2 of my confirmations were hit. Now, I have to follow my bias. and what other confluences in my own personal strategy and my risk are going to follow along with my overall psychology plan. Now, I look for the inverse fair value gap at the time that is overall present, usually in an external liquidity point, but we have no liquidity that was swept. The price didn't give the liquidity, but it gave the inverse. So around this area was the inverse. You still play. All right, cool. Price rips through this fair value gap, making it an inverse fair value gap. You guys know that I buy or sell based off the rip. You can place your stop at the low. What can you target? You could retarget London high again, or you could do a fixed R to R, I don't know, of a 1 to 3, whatever you guys want, right? You want to follow your bias, follow your key levels, follow your confirmations. For me, this is a trade that I won't be mad at, right? Because I would have followed my rules. I would have followed my risk. I would have been okay with this. Even if this trade did this, say we got the clean inverse, but this candle would have reacted harder off this trap candle, and it would have closed, say, like, I don't know. Let's make this a different color so y'all can see. Say it would have closed, like, down here. Boom. Smack my stop loss. I'd have been like, dang. Price action just wasn't great there. Because in actuality, price action wouldn't be great in that scenario. But I can't be too mad at that because I still would have followed my rules. Right? If you take losses in the markets, but you're still following your rules, you really can't be too mad at yourself. You can't. Why? Because it doesn't have to respect your strategy all the time. Right? So like you guys just saw, I followed my bias. I followed my entry model. I followed my exit model, which is either targeting a session or a fixed R to R. My liquidity and my key levels were present. My risk was respected. My confluences weren't fully there, but most of them were there. And I would take the same trade again if it presented itself again. Why? Because in my frame of how I trade, that really is a 4 or 5 star model, right? So if that makes sense for y'all, like that's kind of the approach that you want to go into. Same thing of like, let's just say we go back to the previous day, which this was a very easy day. This was a very easy day to trade, bro. Very, very easy. We had... Let's go to here. We had our New York high swept, or we had London high swept right here. It tapped into a trap candle, like I said. My bias was bearish. Market's obviously bearish. So I'm looking for a sell. We had the session get taken. We had it liquidity present at this trap candle. We swept all this trend line liquidity. We had the inverse that I took on the 3-minute, right? So cool. I had all my confluences. I had my bias being followed. I have my entry model. And now I have my exit model being planned, which is either to take out around sell side liquidity, a session, or fixed R to R. Cool. I followed all of my plans. I risked properly. I didn't full port, right? I didn't just start spamming extra contracts in the market just because I saw it really playing out real time. I followed all of that. And I did I did pretty much everything right that day. I did pretty much everything right that day. My confluences were there. I would take the same trade again. I followed my bias. My entry and exit was there. The key levels and liquidities happened, and my risk was respected. If you can do that more often than not, consistently throughout the week, consistently each day, you will be a way more profitable trader. You will be making a lot more money, and you'll start making more consistent withdrawals. Because if you haven't withdrawn yet, and say you've been doing this for multiple years, and you haven't withdrawn from a funded, you gotta get dialed, bro. Like, you gotta get dialed. There's no excuses. Trading is not even that hard. And I'm not saying that because I have results. I'm saying that because I'm not some super genius. Am I a smart individual? For sure. I take after my dad. But I'm not some insane Einstein level guy. I'm not. You don't have to be smart. Bro, like, I was going to use Jason as an example. Jason's not stupid, but, like, Jason be goofy. But Jason still has been able to get on the charts and get results, right? Like, Jason, that doesn't sound great. I'm not saying you're stupid. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm just using an example, and you're the only name in the chat that I see right now that I was looking at, so it's just the easy example. But you don't have to be super smart. All you got to do, bro, is just be consistent. You got to follow, your rules. You got to follow your psychology rules. You stay dialed. You stay focused. You're consistent every day. I can guarantee you you will get results, you will become profitable, and you will be consistent in the markets. I appreciate y'all for y'all's time. Drop something in the chat that you guys took away from this. Drop something in the chat that you guys can implement. Just drop some form of sauce. And for whoever wasn't on this, make sure to send them the link. Make sure that they go watch this call. And I'm super blessed and I'm super grateful to have any impact in this community. I'm very grateful for Junior, for Gio or Gil, anyone who could have put me in a position to start using my value. I mean, bro, I have the 2 most viewed streams on the channel. And I'm not saying that with, like, pride or ego. That lets me know that I have a bigger impact than I can ever imagine. And I'm super grateful that y'all even care to listen to me, or y'all even try to take the time to learn from someone that wants it bad, bro. Because I do want this skill set bad. And if you haven't been able to see that, then I don't know what you guys have to see, man. But I appreciate y'all for y'all time. Let's run up the charts, man. Y'all have a good trading day tomorrow. Let me know if y'all need anything. Y'all can always be free to DM me if you need anything. Let's run it up, guys. Let's go.